Hello, hello, and good morning, and welcome to the Tantrum House Saturday morning board game show. I'm Ryan.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Hannah, and today our board game show is sponsored by Wallzap, which we will talk about later in the show, and of course Game Toppers, just like our lovely setup here below, where they have all of your player mats and all of your tabletop additions to make it
Needs.
really cool. You can put these on an existing table, or you can get the legs that will attach so you can fit any of your needs. And that is our show. We've got lots in store for you. Just stick around. But first, we're going to go to the table.
Hey, I'm Kevin.
I'm Melissa.
We are showing off for our first game of the Saturday morning board game show, Wandering Galaxy from Plaid Hat Games. This is a Crossroads game. Explain Crossroads games, Melissa.
Well, Dead of Winter was the first one, but then they created other Crossroad games that actually use apps and a storybook that you go through. The first one was Forgotten Waters, which was a pirate-themed game. And then Freelancers, which was kind of a post-apocalyptic game. Mm-hmm. And now we have Wandering Galaxy, where you're kind of like not space pirates, but...
You're totally space pirates.
Like bounty hunters, or you're running jobs, so cargo pilots, that sort of thing in Wandering Galaxy. So each player will have a character that they control. There are standees, and you get a character sheet which has information that you fill out and track during the campaign. I believe it's a 4-game campaign, and you can level up your character and get more things. You can get catchphrases and nicknames.
Right. You basically, at the very beginning of each of the campaigns that you do, you go into debt with your buying your ship that you need, and then you're basically trying to do jobs to pay off your ship and do different missions.
So part of the game has a worker placement aspect where you're going to different locations, and then it will tell you what to do in the app, and it'll have a story, or you might need to roll dice to get or is it flip cards?
You're flipping cards.
Flip cards to get certain results, to get better things or worse things. Sometimes bad things happen if you have bad results.
There's a whole, we're going to see this over here, but there's a whole deck of different cards. You can get items, you can get sidekicks, you can get a whole bunch of all bunches of different stuff that you can add to your characters. But the other cool thing in this game are what you see here on the table. These are different parts of the ship. And you, as a character, are going to be controlling one, maybe two different pieces of the ship. Like, I could be part of like control navigation and security and the science and logistics and operations and engineering. What are these doing in the game?
So at certain parts in the game, you are getting cargo that you're adding to your ship. You have weapons, so you might need to fight things, so the security dial is dealing with that. We have life support that we don't want to lose. We have power that we need for traveling. Why don't you flip the board? Because some pages in the book are locations.
You can show the ship off while I find the...
And then some are
there we go. That's
like places where your ship is traveling.
So this is our like a standee of our ship. Then we actually have our ship here that you can put like stickers on to make it your own. So.
And you're tracking information about your journeys.
But yeah, like Melissa was saying, your standee can travel to different parts of space.
And basically you're trying to earn enough money to pay off your debt. You're trying to get special things that will upgrade your ship.
Did we say this is cooperative?
I'm not sure. It is a cooperative game.
Yep, so you can 1 to 4 players, maybe 5. I can check.
Kevin can check the player count. One of the interesting things with the ship boards is they're not connected to a specific character. So you can mix and match them as you play different games in the campaign, and which ones you want to control. They all do slightly different things.
1 to 6 players.
1 to 6. There are a lot of different characters.
Yeah.
And, I don't think I pulled them out, but there's lots of tear-off sheets for each type of character. So when you play another game, you just use another tear-off sheet.
There you go.
So a lot of replayability.
Yeah.
So you have a bunch of the Muse, the Fida, these are space aliens, the Nexu, lots of different.
So you can basically
sheets.
build your characters throughout the game at the campaign, and then you can play it. You can even play the same character again and do something even totally different the next time you play, or you can play a different character.
Yeah, and the things that you get, your bonuses are different for each species, so it's asymmetric. With that, there is an app that tells you what happens when you go to these places. A lot of it is voiced, so you can listen to the story unfold.
Yeah, we had a sort of pre-release version, and I would say it was like 50% voice, but they're still adding voices, or adding the different story
Audio
to
tracks.
it, audio story to it. So
Yeah. You could read it yourself if the audio wasn't available. And it is definitely tongue-in-cheek and has a lot of humor with what's going on. I'm trying to think, would you say that one game was usually about an hour, hour and a half?
At least an hour and a half.
Maybe 2, depending on the storyline, how well you do, whether you not die, but fail, or how long it takes you to achieve the objectives that you're trying to do.
And that is Wandering Galaxy, a Crossroads game from Plaid Hat. Check it out if you're interested in cooperative story adventure type games, and this has that space theme. Over to the couch.
Welcome back to the couch. So here we have a game called Combo. This is by Happy Camper. This is a card game for 2 to 6 players. And what you're doing is it's semi-cooperative, but not cooperative. We are working cooperatively to provide the ingredients for a smoothie, but we're trying to score it in a way to where I get the most points and they don't get the most points. So while I'm teaching this game, you guys are going to be rooting for me. So
I know.
what we're going to do, it depends on how many people that you have. For a 3-player game, each of us is going to lay a card in front of us. We have cards in our hands. They number from 1 to 12. And depending on the number, the lower the number card, the more points you can get if it ends up being part of the smoothie. The higher the number card, the less points it gets for the smoothie. And there's different configurations that we can do. It's kind of like Diet Poker. So if you look in here, so this is a 3 to 4 player game. At the bottom here, if we, at the end of each of us playing 3 cards, we are going to take the 4 cards that make the most sense, and we're going to make a smoothie out of that card. So if we don't have, and there's different things that we can do. If we do a super slushy, then it's the same color numbered in sequence. A smoothie is 4 of the same number. A slushy is 4 of the same color. A ripe run is just a sequence, but not necessarily the same color. And then the sweet scraps is just the highest numbers if we don't achieve any of these other ones. At the end of us playing each of the cards for the round, you have to go with whatever the highest thing is. So basically what we're trying to do is lay cards down and then also try to manipulate other people into playing cards that will be advantageous for our hand, so that our cards end up being one of the 4 that makes it into the smoothie. So for example, I play a red 12, Anna plays a brown 5, Hannah plays another 12. So right now we're looking pretty good for
I will say, Will's in the comments going #Team Ryan, so I need some people in the comments for us ladies here as well.
Absolutely not. Will, you know what's up. I appreciate you as a human being. I've always considered you a very, very dear friend.
Oh, was I supposed to pick up another card?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so easy to forget to draw another card before your next one.
How many am I going to be laying down in total this round?
We are each going to lay down 3.
Okay.
And then we choose the top 4, the best hand with 4 of the cards. And then I'll show you how to score at that point. Whoever has the pineapple is the starting player. Put it right here. So that's why I went first. After we play this round, we will pass the pineapple, and the next person will do that. We cannot say what our cards are. I can't say I have blue 12s or things like that. But I can put out feelers out there, like saying things like, how are we feeling about the color green? I like the color green, or things like that. So you just have to be...
You seem very sour. With your sour green apple over there.
With my sour green apple, yes. Yeah, so that's what... The table talk is encouraged to a degree. Okay, so currently we still have the 12s, but we don't have enough to actually create a smoothie. So this is actually creating some conundrums for us.
I love that you're concerned.
You love that I'm concerned?
Correct.
I don't appreciate that.
I am unconcerned.
You are unconcerned.
But I'm glad that you are.
Are you deconcerned?
No.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and place that. You always draw back up to 7 cards. So Anna has 3 5s.
Yeah,
So-
but I do have that 4th.
Oh! So, all right. So now all of the cards in front of us, because Hannah and I achieved 4 12s, these cards are in the smoothie hand. So anything that was not part of that is just thrown away. Hannah and I get these, and on your board you have the left side says full points, the right side has half points. So because we only had 4 cards that were part of it, we both get full points. If there had been 5 12s, then we would have gotten half points for that because there were too many cards in the mix.
I got it.
However, because there were only 4, we got full points for our cards. Now again, 12, you get 2 points for full, you get 1 point for half. So this was one of those, we ended up getting points, which is awesome, but we didn't score a whole lot off of that because we went with a higher card. So Anna would do the next one. We would go...
Are these supposed to be face up or face down?
Face up is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. I mean, there might be a rule, but it doesn't matter all
Okay.
that much. The game ends with a 3-player game. Each of us would be first player twice.
Okay.
And then the person with the most points at the end of the game, when you point, you count your full points and your half points. The person with the most points wins the game. So that is combo. How are you guys doing over here?
Ready to go.
All right. So that is combo. Tons of fun. Make smoothies. Make yourself hungry. We are now heading over to the table.
And Hannah's going to join us over here at the table in just a second. But I did want to say, I thought for sure we had played combo on a previous Saturday morning board game show. So I checked last month in May. Then I went back to April. I was like, oh, I guess we didn't. Guess what? Coralu knew. It was March.
That's what it was.
Oops. We just love the game so much.
It is a really good game.
So we just wanted to show it off again. But now we're playing a game. We're talking about a game that I know we've never showed on Saturday Morning Game Show. This is called Oddland from All Play. And the next, I think, the next 3 or 4 games that we're going to show are all from All Play. They are being released this month in June. So they're all this sort of small box,
The square
size. And so they have a small game, but packs a big punch. Most of these are packed to the gill. This is not the kind of game where you have a little bit of game in a big box.
Okay.
You have a lot of game in a small box.
Ooh.
So it's
Exciting.
bigger on the inside. This is Oddland. This is sort of a, let's say, area control, not an area control. It's more like a meet certain objectives game.
Okay.
So each of your characters, and that you're green, Hannah.
Okay.
Each of your characters,
Oh, these are adorable.
yep, have different things they want.
Okay.
So these are different objectives based on a lot of them are look at the territory. So for
Okay.
instance, the alligator, or in this case, the begator.
Begator.
The begator wants to be surrounded by or connected to water territories.
Okay.
So he's going to get 2 points per space. So if he was here, he would get 2 4 points.
Got it.
Makes sense?
Neighboring water.
Neighboring water.
And they can be connected.
Yep. And actually, he actually shows this. He's on the sand, so he could be on the sand, and he's connected to the water.
So that sand acts as a
Doesn't
whole
matter.
territory.
Yep, the whole territory.
Got it.
What you do on your turn, and which handy dandy player aid cards,
Ooh.
which is very nice.
I love
on
it.
your turn, you're going to play a map card. Then you're going to place a token. And then you're going to draw a map card. Easy peasy.
Got it.
But the hard part of this game is where do you place your cards? You can place next to. You can't place like that.
Okay.
You can even place over.
Up to two spaces.
but you can never do
A full card.
never do a full card. So you
How
can do
exciting.
0, 1, or 2 spaces, and then like this, and I would place my gator like that, and then I would draw a new map card, which are right here. I'll just show you the other ones real quick. So the Pangolin,
Yes.
he gets 4 points.
Kangaroo.
Per species in a row or column with the fewest. So he's
Okay.
actually looking at the people around him.
All right.
The pig horse.
Pig horse. Pigeon horse.
Pidgeahorse
Pigeon
is
horse.
2 points per sand territory that he's in.
Okay.
The
So
grizzly
he wants to be in the territory.
is 3 points per surrounding purple, sort of like the alligator, but
Okay.
with purple. The
Owloose.
owloose is 2 points per green in a diagonal.
Okay.
So you want him, like, if he was here, where's my owl? There. If he was here, this would count, and that would count.
Excellent.
So it's in the
Alright.
diagonal, all the
So
diagonals.
you can really mess people up by.
by playing
Covering things. So, and you cannot have more than one species token in a
the spot.
territory,
So
so no
we-
one can
yeah.
go
Can
in
claim
this.
it.
No one can go and
Sand.
stand again.
Now,
That sand.
if every turn am I placing
Yes.
an animal?
You have to place an animal every turn.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to do that.
Nice.
And place my alligator.
Perfect. And you get a card.
Thank you.
And then Melissa would go, and she would stop thinking and start playing.
All right, which is the one that wants purple? The sheepy, the grizzle sheep.
So, for example, now, if someone were to cover up this corner with a purple square, would we be sharing territory, or is
You
that an
cannot.
illegal move?
That's illegal.
Illegal move,
That is.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh man, you guys are just making it hard on me.
Mm-hmm.
So the purple territory is the grizzly. The owl, I think I'm gonna go like that and place over green, but I'm gonna place my owl on it.
Here.
There we go. And I draw a new one.
Oh, because you have.
I have 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you get the general idea. You guys will
Yeah.
play one more round here, and then we'll talk a little at the extra stuff.
Yes.
All right. And I would think a lot harder if I were playing this, and then where's the little owl? There's.
Yep, the owl's here.
That's not an owl.
Yeah.
The owl.
Yep, because we're on. Good job.
And there's diagonal things.
And Melissa, you can play your last card, even though we're not. We're just gonna end the.
Right.
And
We're
the-
gonna play a real
Melissa-
game of this later.
Sure.
And Hannah's like, I like this.
I like
one."
puzzle spatial things.
The game's over when you play your last character, so it's a pretty quick
Yeah.
game. And Melissa still hasn't played her card.
And I do like it. It's based on how big your table is too, and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
So the game, this is the base game, but we have upgraded components first. So in the base game, they have standees
Okay.
that you're playing on, and then actually I don't even know if they're standees. I think they might be you play
Play them down.
Play 'em down.
Play him down.
So they're just cardboard pieces. We have the upgraded wooden tokens, which are kind of cool. And then the other thing that you can get are new characters. So it's an
Ooh.
expansion pack with. Can you guess the names of these characters?
What's a turtle and a cheetah? A
Oh.
turtle?
Close.
She turtle?
A Cheetoise.
Toys.
Toys.
And that's a whale and a mammoth?
You're close.
Whammoth?
A whale-elephant.
Whale-elephant. Okay.
It's a whale-elephant.
That's really fun.
So those are 2 new characters that you can get. And they have extra stuff in their pack as well. And I'll let you finish talking while I
he
go.
wanted a close up on the character tokens. I don't know if you can see them.
See I really like this. I don't know, giraffe looking kangaroo.
Yes, so they're all like a
looks a little washed out.
mixture of all of that. I think. Oh, Kevin.
We're gonna adjust,
is
see if we get better
doing
contrast.
Adjustments.
Is that better?
It is better, yes.
There we go.
Get better
There, yeah.
adjustments
Look at that.
of things.
But yes, they're combinations of different animals in Oddland. And I think now we're going to go to the couch with double Ryans.
That's right. Double Ryan's all the way across the sky.
Is that our new tagline?
Yeah. This is Gimbap from Korea Board Games. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but you'll forgive me. The way you play this game is the lead player rolls 2 to 4 dice, and depending on what's showing on the dice, you try to wrap your fillings together to make a gimbap for that order that follows the correct rules. Yes. So what you got is you got your gim. It's got Velcro on one side and like a felt on the other. And then you got 6 fillings. You've got your bop, which is the rice, cheese, perilla leaves, ham, spinach, and fish. And so let's say that we rolled this one and this one. So this shows that all of the strips have to be touching, and this one shows a line between the radish and the perilla leaves, so you have to roll it so that those don't touch. So then what we would do, you put out a number of point tokens based on the number of players minus 1. So you would take your ingredients and you'd rapidly try to roll them as quickly as possible to fulfill it. So I'm going to wrap all those in one of these, and then that in a leaf, so that the cheese prevents it from touching. And then I wrap all the others, and then I Velcro it up.
I think I got
And
it.
then first person snatches a point token.
Yeah!
Second person snatches one, and then you check it. So, first person, go ahead. Is all 3 of your things touching?
All 3 of them are touching.
But you're in the lettuce.
Are you touching the green part with your yellow? You are. So you lose it. You have to place it back down. Now,
the yellow. I was
next
thinking the cheese. Okay.
Can you show that closer to the camera?
all of mine are touching, but they are not touching the green. They are touching the cheese, I believe. So although I took the next token, I actually get to take the highest one on the board. And then Anna would also check hers.
Mine looks a little jerky.
Yeah. So it took me a while to figure out I don't have to make one large roll. You can make like several small rolls inside and then roll them all up. And that is a game changer. I would recommend not playing this on a table that has a bunch of glitter on it from a craft project because the Velcro will pick it up, which is why Anna's is so bedazzled.
Sparkly.
It's so bedazzled.
Both of the guys took it out of the box and were like, no.
Yeah.
Wiping their hands.
So we'll do another one.
Okay, real quick. So Cora Lou, her nephew Declan. This is why we have these conversations. Declan is we're giving him a shout out. He's watching right now. So thank you, Cora Lou, for letting us know, and thank you, Declan, for joining us. Hopefully you see some of these games and you're like, oh, that looks awesome. I want to snag that up. All right.
So
All right,
did
Ryan.
I get that one because he did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I got a point.
So the next two are both fours.
Okay.
When there are two fours, you pick the one with the most pickled radish on it because that breaks ties.
Oh.
So you get a choice. 2 to 4 dice. How many dice are you going to roll?
I'm going to roll all 4. Why not?
All 4.
Let's just make it...
Okay.
Extra difficult.
All right.
All right.
The leaves and the rice need to touch. The rice and the gim needs to touch. All of the 3 ingredients need to be separated, and the ham can't touch the cheese. So ham needs to go on the bottom. This needs to go there.
And the ham can't touch the cheese?
Yeah.
The ham can't touch the. That's just a quote, soundbite.
We have a few quotes from this one, I think. Okay. I think I did. No.
Mine's pretty messy.
Sushi's hard.
It's
Took
not
one.
sushi.
The Gimbap is
It's
hard.
Gimbap.
Is
It's
this
Korean.
okay? I think I got this.
All right. So here's mine. All 3 of my strips are not touching. The ham is not touching the cheese. Oh yeah. Gim touches the rice touches the leaf. So I think I got it.
Oh, I did it wrong again!
Oh, I didn't get it.
My rice is not touching my Gimbap.
Correct. Me neither.
You didn't
No,
get it either?
no. The rice isn't touching the leaf, right? So the rice
The
was
rice
supposed
and the
to
leaf have to touch.
Yeah, so I didn't get it either.
This
Yeah.
is why the professionals do it.
There
I
you go.
just needed my rice.
So it's a pretty quick game, fairly simple. You play through the whole point stack, and then whoever has the most points wins. It comes with some instruction cards, these are in Korean, so I don't know how useful they are. But instruction cards, and then there's a little tutorial. There's a whole tutorial to get you used to how to do it. It says, what if these were rolled? Then this is the correct answer. Ta-da. And so you can practice your quickness on rolling Gimbap before you roll against the master.
The master, the Gimbap.
So that was Gimbap, Gimbap from, no, I think it's just Gimbap from Korea Board Games. I think we're going back to the table.
Welcome back to the table. We are playing, like Kevin mentioned, another one of these small square box games from All Play. This one is called Ruins. Mm-hmm. It is a card crafting game from designer John DeClaire, who made the whole card crafting mechanic famous.
Oh, that's exciting.
He started it. I'm not sure if Mystic Veil was the first one, but it was one of the first ones that uses that aspect of sliding clear cards on top of other cards.
Got it.
But this is a card shedding game. So it's sort of like trick taking, except it doesn't matter if you win the trick, you're just trying to get rid of your cards first.
Absolutely.
This plays 2 to 5. It's probably better at higher player counts
I would agree.
Because you have more things going on. But basically, you have a hand of cards, and I believe Hannah's already done this, but we have daytime cards. And at the beginning of each round, you can choose one card to flip to the night side. So I'm going to take, not that one. I probably should have looked. I know, just pick a card, Kevin says. Just pick a card.
It's not a real game, even though it's just a tutorial game.
So
I'm not looking at your cards, so
you're not looking at the cards.
We can actually play this.
All right. So on your turn, you can play one or more cards, but if you play more than one, they have to match, so be the same number. And Hannah, why don't you start?
So,
I'm
for
still
example,
talking.
I'm gonna play 2 5s.
So I think we need to move it all
just up slightly. All right, I'm gonna play 2 5s.
All right, so I need to be able to play 2 cards that are equal to or higher than the 5s, or I have to pass. So I can play 2 8s.
And since we can play equal to or higher, I can also play 2 8s. That's the card I switched to knight so that I had another pair in my hand.
Now, because you played exactly, the next player, who happens to be me in a 2-player game, is skipped.
Exactly.
So it goes back to Hannah, and if she wants to, she can play again on that.
Correct. Now, I currently do not have anything that would make another pair in my hand, but I am going to buy one of these upgrade cards, and I will show you how to do it. So depending on, for example, I'm just going to talk this out. I'm going to make it so that this 3 is going to be equal to a 10, so I can play both 10s. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to buy this +7 card. That's going to cost me 2 of my 3 fire tokens. And then I just slot it in over top. And so now the 3 + 7 makes it a 10. This is 2 10s that I will play.
Casio,
and then a new card pops down.
I am going to pass.
Okay.
So now that there's only one player in, this
is done. That round is done. That is one entire round. I have 3 cards left, and Melissa has a few more.
So Hannah would start again because she...
And so I'm going to play 1-1.
Okay.
Because I only have 3 cards left.
So I will play 1-1 and skip you.
Correct.
And then I will play a 2.
And then I will play a 2, skip you, play my 6, I win. And that's how this game goes.
So Hannah, your point token, she would get points. There's a scoreboard that shows different amounts depending on the player count. So if you're playing with more, the first player out gets more points. Things you can do is when you play a card. So Hannah made that 3 a 10.
A 10.
she could claim a card that she's played and put her color topper on it. And now for the rest of the game, when that card is dealt to somebody, if it's dealt to another player, they hand it to Hannah at the beginning of the round. So it will come back to her if anyone else draws it.
So they'll have one less card, and I'll have one more card in the future. So those ones that you want to claim, you need to make sure that you can use them again and again in future rounds.
And the way that the cards work, there are 3 different levels, a top, middle, and bottom, so the pink, blue, and the yellow. So you could have on one card one of each.
Correct.
So the color tells you which positions it's in, so you can easily see if it's going to fit on your card. Some of the things the cards can do, like there's the plus value, there's there's a plus card, which means this card is already 2 of its type.
Correct.
So I had a 4 that had that plus, so this is technically 2 4s.
And so if you had another 4, you can play 3 4s, and then everyone else needs to play 3 or something.
It could be 5 4s if you have a ton of them in your hand. There are cards that refresh your fire. There are cards that make a value wild, so it can be any number.
Those are excellent.
There are ones that let you draw cards and discard, and then there are powers that make other players draw cards, because you're trying to get rid of your cards, so giving players cards makes it harder for them to go out.
And the maximum is 5 rounds. And in that last round, it's the person who is in first place plus the person who has won the last one.
So it will either end with someone having 9 or 10 points and winning.
Correct.
Automatic win condition. If not, if that hasn't happened by the end of round 4, you play a round 5, but it's only the top 2 people head to head final showdown to see who wins the ruins. And as you get into later rounds, these cards get stacked because there's lots of these bonus things in them.
So if you're not claiming cards, all these cards are going to get reshuffled and passed back out. So all the upgrades other people have placed on them will continue to be played in later rounds. Even if you feel like you're in last place, you're not out. Keep playing.
Yeah, it can definitely swing.
Absolutely.
And at higher player counts, 4 and 5, the last person is actually losing points.
Correct.
So they can start going backwards.
Yeah. It's a really fun little card game that packs a lot of interest.
So that is Ruins from All Play and designer Jean Declaire. And now we're going to go back to the couch.
We are looking at Money from All Play. They're bringing it back. I believe the game was originally came out in like 1999 from Reiner Knizia.
Talk about it.
Oh, Reiner Knizia. That's the name of the game. Talk louder. And All Play, I believe it's part of their
my fault.
Not
your fault.
Current Kickstarter. So definitely check that out. So in Money, this version of the game, I don't know how different it is from the original version, but what you do is everybody has a hand of 6 cards that have different currencies on them, fictional currencies, and a single 0 card that is not worth anything. It's just fake money. And what you do is you bid a number of your cards, at least one. It could be the 0, and you're trying to get better cards that you will keep. And at the end of the game, once you've gone through the whole deck, you're going to score points based on what combinations you have. So I've got the score sheet up over here. So if you have 200 or more in currency, it's straight up whatever value you have. I think the max you can have in a single currency is 300 points. If you have less than 200 worth of a currency, it is that value minus 100. So once you get to 100 or less, it's not worth anything. It's not worth negative either, though. So you just subtract 100, and that's what you get. If you get gold or silver, it's worth its face value. And for each currency, there's 3 20s and 3 30s. And for gold and silver, there's 3 of each. If you get all 3, gold and silver, I think there's 6 of each. If you get a set of 3 of the same currency, same value, then you get a bonus 100 points. So even if that currency you wouldn't score, because say you only had 90 in the American dollars, but you had 330s, you'd still score a plus 100. So here's how we go. Everybody pick a number of cards you're going to bid. Whoever bids the most gets to go first. So I'm going to bid these. And push down. And reveal. And keep it out in front of you.
Yeah.
I bid 80.
I bid 60.
70.
And if there is a tie, there's little what do you call it? Serial numbers in the top, and whoever's the lowest serial number goes first.
Oh,
so because
interesting.
I bid 80, here's what I can take. I can either take from the one side or the two side, or I can take either one of your bids, or I can take my own back. So in my hand, I started out with 2 of the 20 Australias, so I want this third Australia 20 because that's automatically 100 points. So I'm going to exchange my bid for that. And now the next player is Anna, because she had 70. She can either take the bid that I had put down, the other one, or yours, or she can take hers back. Basically, any pile that's on there, she can add to her hand.
Wow.
And now that's additional bidding power for the future. But what I like to do is, like, if I already have a bunch of points, because I just got the 320s, I like to set those aside so that I don't accidentally
Throw those out.
bid them, because that's 100 points.
I'll just take mine back.
Okay.
Fine.
And then I will go ahead and take this.
Oh. I thought that gold and silver was going to go. Oh, so you bid these and took those.
Yeah.
So these go down. Now what you do is you refill back to 4 of each side. You refill the number 1 side first, and if there aren't enough cards, you don't refill the second one. And now we bid again.
Dun dun dun. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. And reveal. 2 of us bluffing. Oh, there's no serial number on the 0.
So
I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
Okay,
how
well,
it
you
works
go
either.
first.
Alright.
You could. I don't. Oh, you can't actually take the 0. It
That
always comes
makes
back
sense.
into your
My
hand.
0. So we just get nothing this turn.
I think we still get something.
Okay.
It does. From what I could tell, you don't get penalized for bidding nothing. You still bid a card. You're just
You
the
just don't get
lowest.
first dibs. Yeah.
I don't think there's a tiebreaker though. I'll have to check.
So do we? Yeah, the tiebreaker is whoever has more in their wallet. Is that
Yeah, basically. All right, so you can go ahead.
okay? I mean, I'll go ahead and
Oh, sure. I mean, money for nothing. Sure.
grab these.
And then we refill, and that's basically the game. Let's go ahead and count up what we have. Oh, 330s. I didn't shuffle this very well. So, if this was the final, I've got the 320s in Australia and another 80. So 60 and 80 is 140. So that would only be 40 points, but a bonus 100. And then nothing else I had, because we didn't play long enough, is over 100. So it's just washed out.
So would I be 140?
90 and 40 is 130. So that's 30 points plus
Okay.
100, 130. Oh, and you had the gold and the silver, and they're always worth their face value. So that's 160 points.
160, and then this is just trash.
Yeah, that's just trash because it's all 100, under 100. You had exactly 100, so it's not worth anything.
Oh no.
'Cause it has to be over 100
And
because
then
I cut us
exactly
off.
100 is
And that's actually 100 as well. And that's the game. You would play through the whole deck, though. She wouldn't end up with nothing. But yeah, you got to be careful because sometimes all the cards you have are worth points, and you're like, oh, but I need more cards to be able to bid. So you can't bank them too early.
Yeah.
That is money from All Play. Check out their Kickstarter. I believe it's still live. We're heading back to the table.
Welcome back to the table. Hello, we are playing Vegas Strip. You won't believe it. It's another one of the small square all play games. And this is designed by Peter Hayward. He did Things and Rings and a lot of other games. This game is for 2 to 6 players. This is the first time we played with an odd number of players. Because normally if you have even number of players or more than 4, you're playing teams.
Okay.
But with 3 players, we are each playing solo.
So we have our own rigged.
Yes.
We have our own rigged casino. Tell a little bit about the game.
So basically, we have 6 casinos. We have a card that tells us how to set up for each player account.
I'll put the
it's
screen on.
Oh yes, we don't have a switcher at the moment.
Okay.
Just a second. You got it?
Yeah. Ta-da, Kevin to the rescue.
There we go.
All right, now you can see what's on the table. We had a setup card that tells us what to do for 3 players. It told us to put out all 6 of the casinos.
Okay, so we have 6 casinos, and they all have money on them.
Yep,
There's already
it told
money.
us to put 10 money on each of them.
That's not a lot of money.
For
That's
3
not,
players?
but
We're
3
not
players.
splitting it this time.
That's true.
What happens in the game is each player or team is dealt 2 cards. And these cards represent the casinos that are out on the board. And we are each picking 1 casino to be rigged and 1 casino to be secure.
So let me tell you a little bit about what we have here. The 6 casinos, and we all have 6 cards. So we know as players that 3 of these casinos are rigged and 3 are secure. What does that mean? That means we sort of have a little bit more power information with the rigged casinos, because if we can win the rigged casinos, there's no sharing involved. We can gain all the money that's on that rigged casino.
So basically, we're going to be playing out our tiles to try to win a casino. You can only have 2 of your color tiles at a casino.
Correct.
And you play 1 tile at a time. And basically, it's like Las Vegas, the dice placement one.
Correct.
Like the higher value pushes other people down.
Yep.
Correct.
At a rigged casino, whoever is the winner takes all of the money. If the casino is secure, whoever wins that casino is kicked out, and then all the other players at that casino get money equal to their bid value.
Until the money's gone.
Until the money is gone. So we each know 1 casino that it's good to be the winner at, and 1 casino that you don't want to win at.
Let's play a few hands here.
And then each casino has a special character,
Yep.
which is a power. So
if I do this, I would get the +3 because I have the only. This is if there's only 1 chip of a kind there, 1 chip of each person's player, then I would get a +3.
And that's the power of the gambler.
So
that's
now
there.
it's 9. Now it's Hannah's turn.
Explain to me what cooler this gentleman does. I haven't played with him before. It can't be more than 5?
There can never be more than 5 total tiles here.
Tiles.
Ooh. Now I can only play 1 tile at a time.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just put my 5 there.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Melissa? And you can't play a 4 here, I assume?
correct.
No 4s can go there. Another rule is we each all have a black 7 value tile.
Yep.
We cannot play that tile at the casino that we know is rigged.
Because that's cheating.
So I'm gonna go over to Arabian Nights because the showgirl says that if you go there on the first turn, which is the first turn, you gain 2 money.
Here you go, Melissa. 2 money.
So I already have 2 money banked.
Yep. Back to me, huh?
Yeah, it's a real game, Kevin.
Yep.
You can take all the time you want.
Yep. I'm gonna go here.
Now, I cannot play. I have to actually be higher than you if I want to take over yours.
Yep.
You
so
cannot
just
equal.
for example, because I can't place 4s here,
Right.
this is how I would have to play it. To do
Because
that.
you've already played your 5.
Yep. And it's Melissa's turn. Quickly, just put the thing up.
All right, I will place my 6 here, and I believe anytime you place there, you get a money.
Yep. I'm gonna go here for.
And I just happened to. This is the hardest part is remembering which is the
one's
ones
on
I
which
actually know
side.
information about. And don't put anything there. All right, I'm actually just going to
Oh,
do
nice.
this and I get a coin for placing
You do.
there.
So we
Here's a
know that Hannah did not rig Sunset Gondola because
Correct.
she used her 7 there.
Back to you, Melissa.
I will say
Back to me.
the interesting thing about this is we've played this with some of our gaming groups, and everyone has a different philosophy of what's the best way to suspect out which one is like. Do you
Hannah-
go all in
yeah.
or do you not?
Hannah gets 2 coins because she was dethroned
Okay.
as the leader there.
Cool. I'm gonna put my 2 here. Back to you, Hannah.
And
So basically, we're gonna play all our chips out. We're almost done here.
yeah, go ahead and
Yep.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay. Oh snap! I can't put a 4 there.
that is what's fun. At some point, you can't place your things out.
And I
that
couldn't
gets
play my
frustrating.
5 here. I can't play my. Oh, I could put my 5 there.
Mm-hmm.
No, because you can't match the leader.
No, maybe 9.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
sorry.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
adding.
Yep.
It'd be adding.
Yep. Let's see here.
So there are a lot of other characters that you can play with, and each card is
There
double-sided.
is more characters.
So there's lots of specials. We are playing with upgraded components, so these plastic tiles are just cardboard tiles in the regular game.
Yep.
I
I'm
believe
gonna put my 5 here.
that's the main upgrade is the tiles.
Which makes me a 6,
Boom.
Ooh.
which puts me above everybody.
Nice, Hannah.
Is that the one Hannah rigged?
I only did that because I was hoping they would do that so you could see how cool it was when you added tiles
I
together
know.
to be above people.
All right. What do I think is going on in these places?
With your 227. What don't you have access to, Melissa?
I'm gonna go.
Oh, going on top
All
there.
right.
So
That
that's
one's
not-
not, at least Melissa doesn't know that
I'm
one's
gonna
not
take
rigged.
over this one, make it 9, and Hannah can't put in. Melissa doesn't have enough chips to beat there, so I
Right.
pretty much know I won that one. Back to Hannah.
I can't play there because I'm not allowed to play. I can only have
You can only have 2
chips.
tokens per
Yeah.
thing, which is important. Now the question is, do I go all in somewhere else, or let's just stick the 2
There you
there
go.
and see what happens?
See what
Now
happens.
is it when you're secure?
Yeah.
It's going to be the bottom 2 players in the 3 count.
Yes.
So
And
we'll
Melissa?
see. But no one else is playing on Santorini, and that's weird.
Here, I'll
Just
go
saying.
there with the 3.
I'm at 9.
I
Can
know
you put the +3?
Yeah.
it is.
I'm like, why?
It is weird. No one
All
else
right, I'm
is
gonna play
going
my
there.
7 over here. That's my last chip.
And I'll go ahead and make it
Oh.
9.
And then Melissa, your last one beats out Hannah's 7. I bet you that's rigged. All right, so now we will
We each
reveal
reveal
our rigged.
Our rigged one
Sunset.
is Santorini.
Oh, so I win it.
Correct.
All right, so we'll go rigged ones first.
These are all the rigged ones right in the
Yes.
row. That's funny.
Arabian Nights. Only Kevin wins that, and he gets all the money there.
Boom. Melissa.
Sunset Gondola. I get all the money.
So rigged means the first player to the person who won gets all of it.
Correct.
So I get all 10
Correct.
for that. Man, this is great. And now these are all secure. What happens?
So the top player is
Good.
removed from each of
Oh,
them.
wow.
And then you gain money equal
Yep.
to
So
your
Hannah, you would
bid.
get 6. I'll just take away that. And I would get 2.
Yeah.
And then I would get 4 for that.
And I'd get 2.
And then,
Kevin would get 7.
woo!
But but you would only get 3.
And I would get 3 because
That's a good
only,
example right there.
Yeah.
There's not 11, so then I would get 3. Oh,
And
I
that was the
lost out
game.
on those.
Yep. And that's how a round goes.
You normally play several rounds of the game, and when you have multiple players and there are teams, you basically put all the money in the team wins in a shared pot, and then you split it equally at the end. When you have teammates, the teammates know which are rigged and secure for that team. We have team cards.
Yeah,
And then there's also each round the teammates change.
Correct.
that's
So
interesting.
you have a different teammate each time.
We have a question.
Do we have a question?
Do you prefer playing in teams or as individuals?
This is the first time we played as individuals. It was definitely a little easier because you had full control.
Right. In teams, you're trying to sort of coordinate with your teammate, but you can't really talk about it. You can't strategize.
But teams, I like this game at 6 players.
Correct.
4 actually is not fun because you're doing 2 teams.
Yes.
So I actually like this maybe at the 3 or the 6.
Yeah.
So at 5 players, you would have each round. You would have 2 teams and a single.
Yeah.
And that would switch each round who the single is. I think it's 3 rounds.
The nice thing
maybe.
about this is even if you don't really understand all that's going on, all you're really doing is putting a chip out on the board.
And maybe getting a bonus
Yeah.
as that.
So that's Vegas Strip. This is also from All Play. So we showed off Vegas Strip, we showed off Money, we showed off Oddlands and Ruins, all 4-box games. Currently, I think they're. Did you say on Kickstarter, Ryan? I thought.
So there was a Kickstarter recently.
Right. I just know that they're being, I think, coming out maybe some at Origins this summer, which is in a couple weeks here. So definitely a summer release for All Play. He's going to look it up while we go over to the couch and we're going to play our final game.
Hello, welcome back to the couch. Get to the couch.
Oh,
You have to get over here. All right, so at the couch, we're going to be playing Rhymes with Duck. This is by Gray Matter Games, and this is a game for 4 to 8 players.
it came in this cool.
Yeah, and open that because they gave us some stickers.
Oh, swag.
Some little bits of
Extra
swag.
We got
There's a
We
keychain.
got a karate.
Well, we got a second Chuck.
Chuck.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have multiple Chucks.
Chuck the Duck.
Yeah.
He's got a little like headband on.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, if you actually look at the back of these, he has nunchucks and he has different
Chuck.
poses,
Okay.
flying crane, all of that fun stuff. So, this is a word rhyming game. What we are going to be doing is
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 of us.
yeah, there are 5 of us. You can play 4 to 8 players. They have 2 different cards, 4 to 5 players, and then 6 to 8 players. We
Ooh.
obviously will be playing with the 4 to 5 player
Okay.
cards. What will happen is the youngest player gets Chuck.
Aww.
So, what will happen is Anna is going to draw a card. She is going to have. So, what is your card, Anna?
Ranger.
Ranger. Now, each of us has to write down a word in secret, and we have to rhyme that word. Now, there's a few rules in rhyming. You cannot just take letters away. So, I can't say anger. I can substitute a letter, or I can add letters. It has to be the same amount of syllables as that word. And so I can't do, well, I'm not going to say other stuff.
Wait. You have to have more. You said the same number of syllables?
Same number of syllables.
Oh.
Yes.
So you can't do like boomeranger. Not that
You-
that's a word.
Not that that's a word, but correct.
A ranger.
What's that?
A ranger. Like you're
Yeah,
a
you
ranger.
cannot do that. Yeah. So it has to be the same amount of syllables. So we'll each do that, and then I'll explain what we're trying to do. Heads up. You are trying to match with other people.
Okay.
So you want to match with other people. You especially want to match with the person
you?
holding Chuck.
Okay.
You want to match with Anna. So if you can get inside of her
We're
head,
getting inside your head.
that is the way to go. So
Mine's
each
fine.
of us writes down our thing. I'm ready when
I'm
you
ready.
guys are. All right. So Anna, reveal yours.
Danger.
Danger!
Uh-oh.
Stranger?
Manger.
Oh.
I also
All right.
would
Now
think Danger.
the way that scoring works: players who match only one other player score 3 points. Did anyone else?
No, we
Okay.
got 3 dangers.
All right. So 3 dangers. Each of us scores 1 point. So Anna, Ryan, and Hannah. Interesting. Anna and Hannah
Yep.
rhyming.
That's coming.
We all score 1 point, and then players who match the player with the Chuck score 2 additional. So Hannah and I.
Whoa.
Nope.
And-
well, Ryan. And then what does Anna
Oh.
get?
Yes. And then Anna, the player with Chuck scores 1 bonus point for each player they match with in addition.
Which one? 2?
Yeah, which
Yeah,
was-
so it all works out. Now, because you guys didn't get one,
Right.
it's like horse. So your cues
Oh no! Crack.
have been knocked out.
Okay.
So basically that, and then what ends up happening is we keep playing. We're going to be going around the circle, and whenever someone hits quack, whenever someone does that, the game is over, and we score what's left.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Chuck passes.
That's the word.
All right, and you all can play along
Yeah,
with
play along
us.
with us.
Yes.
The next word is fused. Fused.
Yeah, it's hard because you can't add syllables, so I can't say confused or something.
Right.
And you can't just take a letter away.
Correct.
So you can't use
You can't say used.
And if it's not a real word, is it fine if you still match with the person?
I think it has to be a real word.
I think it's a word, but it might not be, and I'm not policing myself right now.
Well, it's funny. It says there are no wrong answers. It does not matter whether a word actually rhymes. If two players write the same word, they score. So
We're all quacked here.
you can kind of give that wink of fused, and if we would get the same page.
Wow, that would be special.
All right.
I'm
with
still trying
Hannah.
to think
I don't
of a
know
word.
if this is a word.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna.
It's fine. It is
All right.
fine.
Here we go.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. I did.
Muse.
All right.
I did choose.
I actually
So
thought
you
of
get your
choose.
cue.
All right, so I get my cue,
They all
and then
get-
We get
Anna gets 3 points, or well, she
Yes.
gets
1
3
point.
points.
Yeah.
So 1 point because more than
Matched.
2 people matched, and then she matched with Chuck.
Yep.
So
And then also Melissa and Hannah get 3 points.
1, 2, 3, and
I
I
get
kept
4.
Kevin's getting 4.
3, 4, and I got my
Because-
cue.
One because it matched, or 3
Or how
other
many he
people.
matched with?
1
Yeah.
because I matched, and then 3 other people.
Yep.
Okay.
All right,
All right, Melissa.
passes to Melissa. Cleaver.
All right. Yes. Cleaver. Cleaver.
So it's one of those mind games where you're trying to think like Chuck, the current Chuck.
Current Chuck.
And Chuck
Did
constantly
we get
changes.
people do mused in the comments, Ryan?
Yeah, actually, Will said mused with a question mark.
Yeah, is mused a real
I don't
word? Is
know.
what I would like
But it's
to
the
know.
best one I came up
Is
with.
that
No
like,
wrong
is
answers.
that someone's muse? Like, if you are, I don't know.
I don't know,
Ask your
but
husband,
uh,
Hannah.
I know, I will.
4
Charlie-
of you thought it was an actual word. I said
So-
choosed, which definitely is not. So
Yeah, well, but some of these words are very difficult.
yes, exactly.
I'm remembering
I'm
my letter
switching.
jam when I
Okay.
go down the alphabet and seeing if anything works.
All right, Melissa's decided to switch last second.
Oh,
And-
snap. Hopefully that works to her
And
Now-
advantage.
3, 2, 1, reveal.
Beaver!
Ah, I'm not. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Ryan
good at
is
group
not
things.
1, 2, 3.
4 for her.
4 for Melissa. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
So I had sleever first, and I'm like, that's a terrible
That's
word.
that would not have
no,
worked. You
no,
definitely would have gotten a letter for that
All right. So now we're going with kinked.
Oh, dear.
Okay. I got a good one.
Kinked. That's 2 syllables.
Kinked. Sure it is.
So I think the
There are
person
no
who
wrong
is
answers.
Chuck should pronounce it so you realize what they're thinking in their head, how many syllables.
Say
they're
it, say it, Hannah.
Kinked.
Good, great. I got it.
I'm just letting you know that is
Check.
what I think we should do.
This is not good. I don't know what it's gonna be.
I wish you could do. I mean, I know it'd make it a little harder. I wish you could do multiple syllable, like you
Go off of
go
it?
off of it a little bit. Not in this one, but like
All right. This is
like
not
for
good.
like Chuck. I wish you could do like nunchuck or like something.
I don't know.
Yeah, they specifically use that example and say you
That's
can't
a
do
bad.
Oh no, that's a bad
Everyone ready?
Brian duck. No.
Oh.
that. Actually, duck and nunchuck. That was the example that they
Okay.
gave.
Are you ready? No.
No.
Uh
Oh no, she's thinking too hard.
oh. She is thinking too hard. Of course, I didn't think hard enough. I'm definitely not gonna get this one.
I'm not getting that.
All right,
3,
I
2,
did
1.
blinked.
Oh no!
Only one other person.
Stinked.
I did
All
wink.
right.
All right, yes,
Yeah, I found
everyone
one.
say their things
Oh,
because
say your
people
word.
can't
I
see.
said stinked, and no one else has that.
I said pinked. I don't think it's a word.
It's a good word.
It is a
Yeah.
good word.
I did winked.
Yeah, and
Wink
that's
is
that's
close
no.
to blink.
It is very close.
It is
Yeah.
close, but no cigar.
Yeah.
So
And-
that's going to be 3 points because only 2 people got it, and then Hannah, you got an additional point
Whoa.
for that, and then Melissa gets 3 with an additional 2 because she matched Chuck.
Oh, because you matched Chuck.
Excellent.
So Hannah's in the lead with 1
So you really only
extra point.
You really want to match Chuck and no one else.
yes.
In your case, you want to be the only person matching with Chuck.
That would be
'Cause
advantageous.
Melissa got 5 points for matching with Chuck.
Yeah,
Well, 3 for
It-
matching 1, and
I already got
then
2.
Okay.
2 for
Well, I would like you to say the word out loud so we know how many syllables you think it is.
binder.
bind.
Oh, I thought it was sandal.
No, you just wanted me to do sandal. Is that what?
It was on the top. That's fine.
Well,
You changed it. That's fine.
no, it's not on the top. This was on the top.
Well,
Never
Alright.
mind. It's okay.
Anyway, I guess I got it. We're good.
Did you say binder?
Binder.
What a fun little matching game.
All right, let's see if you guys can think like me. It's dangerous. Just heads up.
Oh no, do we? It's like from my mind to your
Oh,
mind.
Cora Lou has a good one.
My
Okay.
thoughts to your thoughts. We're bringing Star Trek into it.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Finder.
Everybody.
I didn't get a letter, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So
And then everyone else.
Anna gets 3, Melissa gets 3,
Okay.
Hannah gets 3, and then Kevin gets 3.
And it's 3 because it's 1 for matching multiple and then 2 for matching
With
with
Chuck.
Correct.
That is correct.
Is the game over when someone reaches the end?
Either reaches the end or someone hits quack.
Hannah, you got
If
it.
I can get 4.
You got it.
Oh no. 4 before I get all of my
You
quack.
can do it.
All right, so Anna is
Sandal.
Sandal.
Oh. That doesn't even rhyme.
Oh, we can do it.
Are proper names allowed?
Sure.
Right.
there are no. I mean, I would think so because as long as you put what other people put,
We'll
it could
see.
work.
Yep.
All right, I'm ready when you guys are.
We haven't done where we haven't matched with Chuck, but matched with each other
Yeah,
yet.
that's true. 3, 2, 1, reveal.
Candle.
Candle.
No.
Randall.
Oh, no one matched with Chuck.
But-
We matched with each
All right,
other.
so Anna and I got letters on that one. I'm
So what do we
dangerously
get
close to
since we all
quack.
matched?
You each get 1 point.
Okay.
Okay.
So Melissa,
Melissa,
Hannah, and Kevin each
Okay.
get 1.
But Hannah, this is your game to win.
I know. We'll find out. Kevin, let me think just like you right now, okay?
Okay.
With what?
Oral.
Chuck passes.
Yeah, I'm Chuck.
Kevin.
This is the winning gun, Hannah. This is it. This is the last
I
one.
have-
We're past
I have-
12. This has got to be the last. This is the last hand.
All right.
I hope
Win or lose. 3, 2, 1.
Coral.
Coral. Oh!
But it's spelled differently, but it sounds the same.
That's fine.
How does that work?
It's
No.
a different word.
Different word.
It's
Hannah
different word.
wins.
But Hannah wins.
So if you played Blank Slate, it's very. It feels very similar to that. This is probably a little bit more simple, don't you think? Because Blank Slate, you're looking for words before or after. This one, you're basically going through the alphabet, be like
Yes.
boral, coral, doral.
Let's
Floral.
see. Yeah,
That's
Will
what I
had
had.
moral.
I started in the middle.
Yeah.
You started. I was started at the top. Worked my way down.
Ivy, thanks for watching. So glad you've joined us this morning.
And Declan, thanks for joining. If you're still here.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we have a few things to talk about.
Yes,
yes.
Wallzap
Wallzap.
and TantrumCon stuff.
Okay, so first, let's say shout out to our other sponsor, Wallzap. They have multiple things. What you can do is place these magnetic things in your board game, like rhymes with duck, and it goes like this, and then you can attach it to your wall, so you can show. Well, it's over there, but you can actually.
You would normally
Can you
put this
see
in the
the right
bottom.
there?
On the
Yeah, I was
bottom.
gonna watch
Yeah,
that.
it's right there.
Nice. Can you actually see it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see the bottom of
Bottom
it.
of the
where
So
it's-
you can see
over
bottom
there.
of the
And see where it's
Everdell
hanging right
box.
there.
Yeah,
And
there
they
you go.
also
Yep.
do art that we showed in previous episodes of Saturday Morning Board Game Shows, where you can actually get cool koi fish or other kinds of art. So, man, this is very, very magnetic, by the
Yeah.
way.
Very
It's
strong.
strong.
Very strong.
Has
Sorry, Will.
screws.
Don't watch. Ruining it.
Let's put it.
And then, yes, TantrumCon badges are on sale. So go to tantrumcon.com, click the TantrumCon 2026, and it'll take you to sort of the homepage for the TantrumCon event, which is February 5th through the 8th, 2026. We'd love for you to join us. It'll be a blast in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Same venue as the last 2 years.
Yes.
Yep.
So if you've been in the past ones, then you know exactly what we're talking about. The Le Meridian plus the
Sheraton.
Sheraton Hotel with the complex in between works out great. We look forward to seeing you there. And please spread the word on the social media so that we can get more people to come join the fun.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas of what you would like to see at TantrumCon, maybe games that you want featured or ideas for new events, let us know. You can email Will Will at Tantrum.
There it is.
Get him. Get him.
One more thing.
He's camping. He has time to look at it.
So we've had a sort of thing that we've been doing a tradition at the end of all our Saturday morning board game shows this year is to do a little music video. We have a new performer that's going to be showing off his skills, maybe with some other background singers I've heard. So without further ado, we're going to say goodbye, but stick around so you can watch today's music video featuring Ryan Pills.
Bye.
Come gather round, ye gamers all, and hearken to my tale. Ryan is wise and bold and grand, his wits beyond the pale. I'll not haggle, nor trade, nor bluff. His poker face is weak, but give me troops to strategize. Your doom is what I'll seek. Oh, I'm Ryan the Grand, with looks so fine. Katie says so, and she's always right. I'll crush your dreams with tactics new, while sipping on mead or Mountain Dew. Battles, I'm the king, my X-Wing never fails. But put him in a bidding war and watch him bite his nails. No deals, I cry, I'll stand my ground, but really he'll just fold. Yet watch me lead my Rohirrim, your fortress I'll behold. Oh, I'm Ryan the Bold, with dice so true. Nat 20 shine when I'm in the groove. You'll weep like Smeagol, lost and frail, when my Death Star plan blows up your tail. And lo, when Katie takes my hand, my heart swells up with pride. She whispers sweet nothings in my ear, then steals his last French fry. Ye merry folk, I'm legend, I am mythic. I'll dungeon master all your fates, and he'll leave you with a trinket. But cross me not in War of the Ring or Rebellion starry fight, for I will win with mine, not brawn, though his brawn is pretty tight. Oh, I'm Ryan the Wise, the lost fool's dread. Like Han, he'll shoot first and you'll be dead. So raise your tankards and sing along. Everyone join in this pointless song of Ryan the Bold, the Wise, the Strong. Everybody now, ring that gong. Ryan the Bold, the Wise, the Strong. One last time, come on, sing along. Ryan the Bold, the Wise, the Strong. Katie says so, and she's always right. Crush your dreams with tactics new. Sip it on me, or Mountain Dew.